What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit, episode 16. I'm here with my co-host, UPenn's finest, Danny Cole. We got a lot to talk to you about today. We're going to be talking more NBA playoffs, round two. Most of these series have been at least to 6 games outside of the Warriors, Grizzlies, but even that can still reach 6 games. They're going to be playing tonight. We're going to be talking some NFL schedule leaks. Some of our favorite games that we're looking forward to. Eagles Steelers do play, but that's not one of the games I want to talk about. At least me. Danny can talk about it, but that's the easy way out. I don't want to talk about that. And then we're going to be getting into a new segment called Summits and Plummets. Basically, me and Danny will each pick one summit, person, music artist, team, athlete, coach, whatever, who, they really peaked this week. They did really well in whatever they did or something that they did do. And then you got your plummet. Same thing. It could be anyone, and they went all the way down, and they did not have a good week. Before we get into any of that, Danny, how are you doing today?
Man, heartbreaking loss last night for the Sixers, but it's a new day. Tomorrow, Sixers will be tying the series up back in Philly, hoping to steal Game 7 in Miami. But other than that, it's a good day.
Man, they've not been playing well on the road, but I can't say either team has. So I would have to pick Philly for Game 6, but I prey on downfalls. So Miami's getting this win. We're gonna start with our summits and plummets. Yeah.
We'll start off with the positive. I'll start off my first summit. Go away from our traditional sports, and I'm gonna go hockey. The Pittsburgh Penguins up 3-1 against one of the best teams in the NHL, New York Rangers. The Penguins had an overtime goal in 3 overtimes. They won their 2 of the last 3 games with 7 goals in a game. They are on fire.
Yeah, some of our other belly up guys, they do hockey. I know the Kane Cask, they're huge on Hurricanes. I know you're a Penguins fan. I believe someone else covers Rangers, but the hockey playoffs, from what I know, are always insane. They're always something crazy is always happening. So yeah, that's good. I mean, from what I see, they're a summit in my eyes, of course. I'm starting the opposite direction. This week's plummet is YSL. They got a Rico. They're done. They locked up the dog. Young Thug. They're done. They're all done. It's not a sports one, but it is a plummet. You have to admit.
Yeah, I do have to admit.
And especially plummet for Young Thug when they bribe Gunna with a 20-piece meal from McDonald's, and he takes everybody down with him. So, yeah, there's that.
I'll go right into my second one. My plummet. This is going to be very unique. The NBA made a very bad decision.
As a whole?
They made a very bad decision giving Jokic the MVP over Giannis and Embiid. So I think they took a plummet there.
That's not really the NBA's fault. If you didn't know, like Jokic blew Embiid out in the MVP voting. He blew him out, and he's won for like 2 months already.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I think that thing's been wrapped up, and it sucks because Embiid's not going to win it next year because Tatum's winning it next year. But anyway, I have to get into my summit, and the entire week, the winner of this week is NBA bench warmers. They get to watch these insane games. First of all, they get to watch them for free, but they get paid to do it. That's a win. They're this week's summits. They've watched plenty of electric basketball games and don't have to do anything. I bet they want to get in, but it doesn't matter. They have the best job in the world right now.
Yeah, I did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
one summit I have missed on is Reed Detmers. He threw a no-hitter last night for the Los Angeles Angels. Came out of nowhere, but that's one summit.
I mean, that's a positive, and when your bullpen already has Shohei Ohtani, if someone else can step up, that's huge. Unlike the Phillies, we have absolutely no pitching. It's such a shame. and we're supposed to be the Broad Street Bombers, and we can't hit. But that's fine. That's fine. Everything's okay. We'll be okay. I might be making the transition to the Red Sox soon, but they're no better. So we're going to get into our favorite games of the NFL schedule league. I'm going to take this one first. The Eagles game that I'm really looking forward to, home opener against the Vikings. All our games against the Vikings are always fun. There's like a small little rivalry there that's hung on to like one thing that happened 5 years ago. But furthermore, Justin Jefferson makes his appearance in Lincoln Financial. Has there ever been a player who's never played for a franchise and is still so connected with them at the same time? The fact that, I mean, maybe Rager's on the field, maybe gets cut, traded, I don't know. But if those two are on the field and it's a Monday night football, home prime time, you already know the stats are going to line up. You're going to have Justin Jefferson. Hopefully Slay locks him up. But let's just say, for hypotheticals, that it's like, oh, Jefferson 5 catches, 130 something yards, 2 touchdowns, and then you got Rager play 3 snaps or something like that. Like, that's going to be a huge game. Hurts under the lights early. Going to be one of his first games with Brown. Obviously, he's got Smitty. Quez Watkins going to show out, and I'm excited for the defense too. I'm super excited to see how Jordan Davis is going to get after it. Nakobe Dean, he's going to have to play Dalvin Cook all night.
Hey, here's what I'll tell you.
Great test.
I'll have the Eagles blowing them out just since Kirk Cousins can't win a primetime game.
Well, that is true. Isn't I believe he got his first Monday win this year, didn't he? Against your Pittsburgh Steelers.
I believe he did.
I'd have to fact check that, but I believe it is because Big Ben almost came back, but he couldn't pull it off quite there. So what's your favorite Steelers game looking like this year from the leagues?
My favorite Steelers game, I'm going to go to classic Patriots Steelers. I believe it's leaked on Christmas Day. That's a game
I like
to watch.
That. I like that one. The Patriots usually have the Steelers number, but that's usually Brady. I'm excited. I would love Kenny Pickett, Mac Jones, 2 guys. They the opposite play styles. Mac is like that traditional sit back in the pocket guy, and Pickett likes to get out. He gets out if he can. He likes to put the ball upfield if he can, of course. I don't think he's the strongest arm, but I love the kids. I love the kid's confidence.
He's just he's a Walmart version of Justin Herbert.
That is. He's the cozy market to Justin Herbert's Apple store in King of Prussia Mall.
But
I would be excited for that game too. The Patriots been a long time rival of y'all since Brady's gotten there. George Pickens will probably be suspended by then for smacking someone in the face. But yeah, I would also be excited for that game. I'll definitely be tuning into that. But one game I'm overall hyped to see. I mean, it's simple, but I love it. Week 1, Chargers Chiefs. They're my 2 favorite quarterbacks in the league. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, electric arms. They can throw at all the angles. There's going to be weapons. The stars are going to be out. Even though the Chiefs, Juju's going to be back. Travis Kelce, obviously you got Patrick Mahomes. Their defense is a little reamped. I'm excited. I'm excited for that game. I'm Justin Herbert is if I had to put money on it, he's my MVP. I can't bet yet, but he would be my MVP pick. Obviously, I want Hurts to win it, but yeah, Herbert's my pick to win MVP. So this is going to be a huge test for him to start the year.
My really highly anticipated game is a rematch of the best game of the playoffs, Chiefs Bills. This game, again, it's an Arrowhead, but still no Tyreek Hill. Josh Allen is going to try to get his revenge against Patty Mahomes. Can it happen? And does it even matter if it happens during the regular season? Because if they play in the postseason, will Mahomes have his number again? Will Sky Moore be an elite receiver by then? I don't know. But it's going to be a game to watch.
It's going to be fun. That's always going to be fun. Those are my top 3 quarterbacks. Mahomes, Allen, Herbert. So that's a big game. I agree. The NFL, I don't know when the schedule gets released fully, but you already know it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. Eagles Steelers are going to be fun to watch. You got Pickett versus Hurts. Yeah, it's gonna be an electrifying one for sure. We're gonna move on to some NBA playoffs, and we're gonna start with the game last night, Heat versus Sixers. Heat bounced back at home, pretty convincing win. It was so convincing Duncan Robinson got to play. I expect Harden, not to show up. His inconsistency has been a problem the last couple years. But Embiid not showing up, that's rough. I said on TikTok, I made a TikTok video about it. I said I'd give him a pass. For, like he's playing injured. He's giving it everything he's got, and I really do get it. I don't know, man, but I still do expect more. I still do expect more from, in my opinion, the third best player in basketball.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to watch Embiid go out there and give his all, but he just physically cannot do much better. I mean, other than Embiid and Harden, it's kind of abysmal that the rest of the team can't do anything. They didn't put up 90 points against a team they're good at defense. But Jimmy Butler said it after the game. He said, if we focus on playing defense and not shooting the three, we'll win the game. I think I agree with him. The Heat will win the series.
Yeah, Jimmy is one of the best playoff performers that the league has seen. He's been playing great. Hero's great. I think I called the Heat in 6 in this series. Well, obviously, if to go back, look at it again. I'm pretty sure I called Heat in 6, and I've always said the Sixers were second round exits. Obviously, the series not over. Miami needs one more to win. Philly needs 2. But I said with a combination of James Harden not showing up in the playoffs, and Embiid not having a lot of playoff success, whether that's his fault or not, it's up to you. And them having no bench as compared to Miami's best bench in basketball, that's tough. It's a tough matchup, and they find themselves down because of it. We can move on to the other game from last night, Suns Mavs. It was a really good game, like up until the first half ended. Second half, the Suns gave their best punch back, and they never looked back. They're deeper. Just overall role players are better. Luka can only do so much. I'm not saying the series is over. No one has won on the road yet, so it's really not even a series yet.
It's over, man.
You said it was over. You said it was over when it was 2-0, though. You said that it was going to be Suns in 4. No one has won on the road yet. It is not a series until someone does that. Yeah, I still think Suns will probably pull it off in 6 or 7. If they are a battle-tested team, championship team, then they'll go out and they'll get a big game on the road against a heated Luka Doncic and David Bertans, who has been lights out this series.
He's tough.
He's the type of guy I need in Boston. He's the type of guy we need spot up in that corner.
You don't need Anthony Davis. Oh.
No, we don't. I don't even know who we would really trade for Anthony Davis.
Robert Williams.
No, I wouldn't do it. They're both injury prone, and one would just take more shots from Tatum and Brown. It's something I'd really have to look at, depending on our entire package. But you got to think about, he's a guy who needs his shots to really be effective. He's not this off-ball crazy mover. He's not willing to take a back seat. I mean, to LeBron, but you really have no choice at that point. But yeah. Well, let's move on. We can move on to my Celtics. Celtics Bucks have probably been the best series so far. Each team is 1-1. It's 2-2 series. Each team is 1-1 on the road. And that's how a series gets going, man. But another thing you can hope to find is consistency. Try to win 2 games in a row. You win 2 games in a row, you're halfway there. The Celtics got to get a win tonight at home. Protect home court. But you're gonna be getting your best shot from Giannis, from Drew Holiday. Pat Connaughton's a player I really like. Grayson Allen will probably get out of a slump. Bobby Portis is a really good player, and I'm surprised that I get it, Milwaukee loves him, but he had money elsewhere. He could have taken it. He's a player I like for them. But I do expect the Celtics to win Game 5 tonight. There's no Tony Brothers. There's no Scott Foster. Ain't no. I don't know. But I'm going with the Celtics. Completely biased.
Al Horford 30 piece. Al Horford drops another 30 piece. Celtics are going to win in 6.
Yeah, Al Horford. I need to get something out of the way about Al Horford, and that's his career was not over. Like when he got sent to OKC, he got benched because he was playing well. Like they were on like a winning streak. He got benched for like the rest of the year, and then they just plummeted. Like Horford got benched because they wanted to tank. Like that was the thing. He got benched because he was so good. And obviously, he's not like 30 points per game good, 20, 25 averaging for the series good. But I've been very pleased with Al Horford all year. He's been playing his role. And, on a night where Jaylen Brown wasn't being super aggressive, Tatum couldn't find, his shot to the fourth quarter. That's a way to step up. And that's what veterans do. The team loves him. I'm very happy to have Al Horford on the team. And Jason Tatum becoming an elite closer these past two series. Also very pleased with that. But that's the type of things you expect from a superstar. You don't expect it from Al Horford, though. Yeah, that was a great game. But who do you got tonight?
Tonight, it depends what Giannis shows up. If you get the Giannis that's going to drop 50-piece chicken mini,
that's a tough man to beat.
You can't beat that man. But I don't think that man shows up more than once every 7-8 games. So I'll take the Celtics. I think they win the series in 6. I think they beat Giannis on the road as well.
All right. I mean, here's the thing. So Giannis has struggled. He struggled the first 2 games. He struggled every game efficiency-wise, but he's getting to his scoring. He's obviously a great playmaker. It's really tough for the Milwaukee Bucks if Jrue Holiday is your number one perimeter creator. Defender, obviously, it's no problem. The man can guard anybody in the league. I believe he's the best perimeter defender in basketball. He is phenomenal.
Yeah, he is.
He's so inconsistent on the scoring end. His shooting's iffy. But when he gets inside, that's great. But you're not really the dude that needs – Giannis can go get you a bucket inside. You don't really need to do that. You need to hit your shots. You need to hit your mid-range. You need to – if they call on you for an ISO, sure, then you go get to a bucket at the basket. The inconsistency is too crazy. You're really missing Chris Middleton here. Not to say Chris Middleton would win them the series easily. He would definitely be a factor, though. He's a lot more consistent than Jrue Holiday. Not to say he's the most consistent dude ever, as we know, there's the 3-day Chris Middleton cycle. But yeah, you're really missing him right now. Not to say you still can't pull off this series. You're the best player in the world, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have one of the deeper teams in basketball. You got shooters around you. And honestly, the last 2 games and 3 of the 4 games this series, the old Celtics have showed up. The team that doesn't want to move the ball, they don't want to get out on defense. Those teams have showed up for periods of time in the game. If you're Giannis, if that team even shows up for 5 minutes, you can take the game over and win it. But if the second half of the year Celtics show up, you got to lock in because you are not going to beat that team if you're fucking around. And we've seen it. The Bucks were up roughly 10 in the fourth quarter. They got ran off the floor because that team showed up. But again, this has been as a basketball fan, my favorite series by far. Outside of the practically kung fu fighting at the rim and these foul calls for both sides, really. But yeah, my favorite series by far.
Yeah, there's one series that the last series we're about to talk about. It would have been my favorite series if it wasn't for Jordan Poole injuring Ja Morant purposely.
I've seen 2 angles of that video. I can't come to a conclusion. I don't know how that would bruise his knee. It might have been a different clip, I think. I agree, though. Injuries suck, man. Whether it was intentional or not, as Ja would say, or Steve Kerr would say, you broke the code. I hate to see Ja get hurt, especially because he reminds me of someone who dealt with injuries early in their career, Derrick Rose. Hopefully the Grizzlies can get one, so maybe Ja can come back next series. He said it's unlikely that he comes back, though. That's a shame. A great young player. Yeah, it really is tough, man. I like Ja a lot. It's tough. And Dylan Brooks is fucking trash. Yeah, Dylan Brooks. He has not been clutch this series. You know who has been clutch? Steph Curry. You know who also is clutch? In the Clutch Apparel. Guys, if you look at the bottom of the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcast, Spotify, you can't see it. But it says in the Clutch Apparel, use code Sideline to get 10% off your order. Guys, you can shop MLS, MLB. You can shop retro T-shirts. If you're a Sixers fan, us at Sideline Summit and the Clutch just collab for some crazy shirts. You can get a shirt that says Embiid. You can get a shirt that says, Allen Iverson, the answer. A bunch of Sixers gear just dropped. We're talking to them about getting some Eagles and Steelers gear in. And obviously, we're going to get that out to y'all. We're going to get that link to y'all. Guys, shop. This is some great apparel. And it's good for anything. Casual hanging out with the friends, beach trips, gym. You can wear it on a podcast. Guys, this is really Clutch Apparel. Guys, use code Sideline for 10% off your order at intheclutch.com. We're going to put that link in the bio for you. And make sure you guys go shop.
Definitely go shop.
Moving on to... We're going to move on. Sorry, I forgot to add this banner. But we're going to move on to our top 10 players left in the postseason. I believe me and Danny probably have a similar list near the top. I think we both have Giannis at 1.
Yeah, we definitely both have Giannis at 1.
We have Embiid at 2.
Embiid is at 2. Steph Curry's at 3 for me.
Steph Curry's at 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have him at 4. I have Luka Doncic at 3 right now. Luka's been playing lights out. It's tough. These two are like the ones I think about the most. Because Curry, I know when Curry's at his best, when Curry's playing his absolute best, he's arguably the best player in the world. It's the consistency of his play style that is tough to find.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take Curry though. I'll take Luka at 4.
So you have Luka at 4. Okay, so our top 4 is pretty similar. And then who's your 5?
My 5? I'll take Jason Tatum.
He is also my 5. It's a pretty similar list, yeah. Who's your 6? This is where things start to get dicey for me a little bit.
This is going to be really interesting. Chris Paul.
You have Chris Paul?
He has not played like this postseason, but I have to take...
In some games, he's just been inconsistent for me. He's been a little too inconsistent for me. I do like the way he's been playing, though. He's been playing spectacular, I think, outside of the 2 eggs he laid.
The refs.
However, I have Chris Paul as teammate at 6. I have Devin Booker at 6. I've grown so huge on Devin Booker. The kid is confident. He can get to any shot he wants. Anything. Like 3-pointers. He can get to the rack. He had this play last night. He's driving left, hangs in the air, takes contact. I'm telling you, the kid's in the air for like 5 seconds. Banks it off the glass. Should have been an and 1, didn't get it. Kid's electric. I like him a lot. Who do you have at your 7? I have Jimmy Butler.
Wait, 6, right?
My 6 was Devin Booker. My 7 is Jimmy Butler.
My 7 is Booker.
7's Booker. I really thought you were going to go with Ja at 6. I thought you were going to go with Ja at 6.
Not right now.
So Jimmy's my 7. Jimmy could arguably be 5, maybe, or 6, maybe 5, but I don't really think so. At 8, I have Ja Morant.
At 8, I have James Harden.
James Harden? I don't know. He's not even in my top 10. He's been way too inconsistent. He certainly wasn't carrying the load without Embiid.
Yeah, the value he brings aside from that is just...
his playmaking is unmatched. It's just his effort. He doesn't always lock in on defense. I get it. When he does lock in, great defender. Like really, I'm dead serious. But he doesn't always. He doesn't do it. So yeah, I got Ja at 8. Arguably could be up as good as 6 in my eyes. The kid is absolutely electric, but he's a lot to improve on. Number 9. Who's your 9?
My nine's Ja.
Your 9's Ja. Well, I already had Ja at 8. So my 9, Jaylen Brown. I love Jaylen Brown. Ever since I thought he was even a great pick when he came in the league, even though he was projected to go just a couple picks later. I wrote a story about I think he's the best second man in the NBA. That will be battle tested next year when Paul George is back and Kawhi Leonard is back. I fully expect him to make another jump. I'm just that confident in him. Perhaps I'm projecting a little bit, but yeah, I like him at 9. Who your 9 was Ja, correct?
Yeah, at 10, I'll take Rock with Jimmy Butler.
10, you got Jimmy Butler. 10, I got Chris Paul, point guard. He's been great. Aside a couple duds, his leadership has been unmatched. And really just taking care of the ball. Yeah. Right outside of my top 10 are guys you mentioned, like James Harden would probably be 11. Honestly, 12. If we're talking this playoffs, Al Horford's been up there, man. That's all I'm saying. But yeah.
I'll take Jordan Poole over Al Horford.
Jordan Poole, I completely forgot. Yeah, Jordan Poole would be 11. Yeah, Jordan Poole would be 11 definitely. I can't believe we completely forgot that. I think we both got pretty solid top 10s. We're rotating with basically the same players. I hopefully by the end of this, Tatum will be that one because they'll be playing the Suns in the finals. And
not the Warriors, because you're going to be scared about that one.
I think the Warriors are going to go to the finals, and I think they're going to win it. These dudes, like, when they're locked in, bro, there's no team better than them. None, besides the Celtics in my eyes, but that's my eyes, so it doesn't really matter.
That's agreed.
I don't know. When you look at the net ratings, you look at the defensive ratings, those are the teams that should be there. But obviously, you got to find the consistency. You got to get past the best player in the world. Little side note. The last 3 teams that knocked the Celtics out the playoffs have been Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami. We've taken care of Brooklyn. We're halfway to taking out Milwaukee. If things stay the course in the opposite series to us, Miami, Philly, we would have, and let's say we were to beat Miami. I'm talking a lot of ifs. We got to get past Milwaukee. If we were to beat those 3 teams, that has to be the ultimate revenge tour. It's a crazy revenge tour. But, the Sixers could obviously still win their series. Milwaukee could easily take these next 2 games, 2 of the next 3, whatever it is. Just talking some crazy hypothetical Celtics fan crap. But yeah, I believe that is all we got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in all this stuff. We're going to be doing that Summits Plummets every week now. If you guys want to comment your summit of the week, plummet of the week, plummet YSL. But yeah, it was great talking. Make sure you guys use code Sideline in the Clutch Apparel. We have a lot of stuff coming. I got a text from the guy. He forwarded our Steelers and Eagles stuff to the designers. They're really quick, so we're gonna get that stuff out to you guys immediately. Danny, do you have anything to say before we go?
Now, just make sure you see this on YouTube. You see these 2 little logos in the bottom left-hand corner. These are Shocked Energy and Kong.
Yeah, the Kong 2.0 from Kong Beer Bong. Guys, get it. It is a party essential. And Shocked Energy, I just got my stuff in yesterday. I had it. I had a great lift. I mean, it's really an energy drink, not really a pre-workout. I still had a great lift. Me and Danny got after it. But, guys, shop all this stuff on the bottom if you can't see it. If not, the links are going to be in the description. Make sure you guys check them out. As always, from me and Danny Cole, make sure you guys have a great day.
Stay tuned.
Hey.